On this week's episode, Cody is going to give us our early reactions to Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Plus, we're going to talk about the box office over the weekend and what our predictions will be. Plus, a 20-foot Jeff Goldblum statue and other news on the way. Here we go.
This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Welcome, everyone, to our latest episode of Off the Break Podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me are my comrades in arms, Kyle and Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
We are both all here and healthy.
Yes,
and
everyone is alive.
Yeah, Kyle lives.
Yeah, Kyle's the one who says we're all alive.
I mostly mean me, but we are all alive.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Our tripod doesn't work with two legs. So.
Aww. That's a very technical way of saying it.
Yes.
But thank you.
You are a leg in
It's
this
a metaphor.
podcast.
I feel honored to be a leg.
All right. So, Mamma Mia this
we
weekend.
go again.
Yep. We have Mamma Mia and Equalizer come out this weekend. I was only able to catch the early show of Mamma Mia. I was very pleasantly surprised to see a packed house at the 7 o'clock early show on Thursday.
What was the describe the kind of the majority of what the moviegoers look like?
The atmosphere.
Right.
The demographic.
Well, I assumed it would be older single ladies and not much else, but I was really surprised. There were a lot of young people. There were young guys in there, and I'm not sure if they were on dates or not, but I was.
They went.
Yeah,
That's
it was
all that matters.
interesting to see them. And there were even younger girls that were dressed up in shiny, sparkly spandex. So that was really fun. I was
They
like,
dressed up
into
in
it.
costume?
yeah, they costume dressed
I
up
didn't
for
think that this is a movie that people really do that for.
Do they have costumes? Like what?
Yeah, like what are they? Yeah,
Or
how
is
do
it
you
like
dress up?
ABBA?
How do you
Is
dress
it-
up like?
Or is it
Mamma
ABBA
Mia?
costumes, or is it like this is a replica of whatever Meryl Streep wore
no,
that
it wasn't.
one time?
It wasn't super official cosplay replica. It was more of just
Oh,
like
just dressing up for a night out kind of thing.
it was still like fantasy dress, like.
Oh.
You know, they were in like whole body suits of sparkly sequins.
Oh, I see.
So it was more
I don't get
of
it.
I think it's just supposed to be, it's something you can imagine somebody
they
wearing
got
if
their
they were dancing
costumes
to ABBA.
off the internet, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're not like cosplay where you make them and they're very specific.
Right.
But they are in the theme and of
Mamma Mia.
right.
Oh, okay.
Because the character of Donna is in a girl band, Donna and the Dynamos, and
Okay.
they do wear sparkly tight like
So they dress up like
70s
a girl band, 70s girl band
Yeah.
kind of look. Okay.
like
Okay.
Gotcha.
pop rock.
Respect.
Think Cher in the 70s
Okay.
with
no,
the bell
okay.
bottoms and the
Right,
sparkly
right. Mhm.
outfits
Okay.
like
That
that.
makes more sense.
There we go. That makes okay. Now I get it. Now I
Okay.
get why people dress up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So the sequel, you saw the first one, obviously.
Yes, I have seen the first one several times.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it. These are not the most well-made films.
Yeah.
They are definitely all about the singing, the dancing, and the characters, but the quality of the film is really bad. But that's okay because I don't mind.
That's not why people go.
Yeah, I want to see like huge shots of people choreograph dancing in a field or near the ocean or on boats
You
coming for the party.
Definitely seems like you'll get that then.
You do. You get
Is
it.
this
It's so good.
All over again. Yeah, these jokes
Yeah.
are gonna keep coming.
Is would you say it's more of a sequel or more of a prequel? Like what's the ratio between flashbacks to current
it's
day?
actually kind of half and half. They really go current day, following Amanda Seyfried's character, and then they really flash back to young Donna and how she
Who was Meryl Streep, right?
who is Meryl Streep's character. But Meryl Streep's not in this one, so don't be alarmed or looking for her. She's really not in this until a few
Man, that's a
minutes
bummer.
at the end.
Where could she be?
The very last song.
Where could she be?
However, it's very good, and the girl that they got to play young Donna is amazing in her role.
Lily James.
Yeah, she
I do love Lily James.
Yeah,
she
she's
belts it
great.
out. She has this like attitude and this charisma. I was so impressed with her. I mean, it would be hard to play a young Meryl Streep
Yeah.
in any
Like
case.
I never saw the first one, so I kind of assumed everybody does their own singing, right? Or
Yes.
is there some lip syncing going on?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Unless they're like
I'm pretty
lip
sure
syncing
everyone did do
themselves
their-
singing
Yeah.
it, maybe.
There
it's
might
not
be
like
some
Les
of
Mis
that.
style. I knew that, but
Right.
it's like Lily James singing
Yep.
for her character. And
I don't think
etc.
I don't think there was any lip syncing. So if I remember right, like there's some solo with Meryl Streep and Pierce Brosnan. And
I heard he's not really the best singer.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not.
So you can tell, like, they were like, nope, be authentic, you gotta do it. And he's just like, okay. And then, yeah, so if I remember correctly, like, it's pretty genuine.
Yeah. But overall, it was really fun. This sequel is a little bit more melancholy than the original, but the songs are great. And
In what way? If
Doesn't really strike me
it just has
the
a
Mamma Mia franchise.
Right,
It
but
doesn't really seem that melancholy, but
it kind of has just a sad tone to it because Meryl Streep's Donna character is just not in this one.
it
Where
causes that
could
much
she
of
be?
a... Does
Yeah.
it really cause that much of a damper on,
Well,
like, the
Kyle, she's
environment
dead.
of it? Well, I mean...
She's dead,
I
Kyle.
mean, in
That's why.
terms of
Yes.
the environment
Because
of
she was like the
movie.
main.
Like,
In the first one, was she the main character,
She
or
is the
was
main
Amanda?
No, she's the main character.
She is the main character.
Mhm.
Okay.
In the first one. And in this one, she has passed away. It's been a year since she died, and everybody is just really lost without her. And they're trying
She's
to.
that connective tissue, and
She
now
was.
she's gone.
Yeah, she
Aw.
had the big personality that
That's
drew
very
everybody
melancholy.
together.
that just reminds me of my issue with that movie was that people were treated as special without us knowing what makes them special. Like, yeah, she was very loud and very excitable, and
It's the
like
magic
it
of
was
ABBA.
the personality to her, but like there really wasn't anything else that really struck me as like, man,
Magic of
like
ABBA.
these people are something else. Like they're really people that I want to keep knowing for the rest of my life. But they are very colorful and they are very fun characters.
Take any random person walking down the street and set them up in front of a camera and have them sing and dance to ABBA, and they're special. That's just how it works.
That's a bright side of
Yeah.
looking at it.
It's
Well,
the power of ABBA.
I think all of the supporting characters, you know, her girlfriends, the gentleman in her life, they're all very interesting kind of characters. Whereas she is the connective tissue, she's not outwardly got any, you know, quirks or anything that make her so unique and different. But I think that's like what's nice. It combines everybody. Everybody kind of comes around this one big personality character, but not being quirky the way all the other characters are quirky.
You gotta have that kind of more grounded
Then I could
character,
see
guess.
myself just not really getting into this second one, probably because of that. Like just these characters, there was no real attachment for me to really be like, man, I feel what they're feeling.
Did you see
so-
the first one?
I have seen the first
I did
one.
not. I guess
I
I
mean,
didn't
I
know that.
blank on
Yeah.
a lot of what happened during that
Well, it's
movie,
been 10 years.
but
Yeah.
it maybe was at the start of the 10 years. I don't remember, but
My
I have seen it.
My
yeah.
mom and my best friend's mom went together to see that movie randomly. They never really hung out or anything. but
Yeah.
they're like, let's go see Mamma Mia.
Mm.
I was
Oh.
like, whoa, our moms are totally friends now.
Yeah.
Brings people, Mamma Mia, ABBA brings people together. It's a
It
special
does.
kind of
There was
magic.
a lot of people in that movie theater last night. Very excited. Got
that's cool.
Got an ovation at the end,
Oh, cool,
clapping.
cool.
Oh, jeez.
Mm.
It was very fun.
Nice.
Those are just awesome to go to. Those are the Thursday early shows we all want.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good experience.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be number one this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Judging by the success of the first one, I don't see
Mm-hmm.
how it couldn't be.
Yeah, and it really holds up, and all the characters that you love from the first one are in this one. It's not like
Yeah, like everybody returns.
yep, everybody
Except for Meryl Streep.
from Meryl Streep.
Womp womp.
She does sing a beautiful song at the end of the film that makes everyone cry. So bring your tissues.
Meryl
Is it an
Streep
ABBA
does?
song?
I don't know if it's
Wait,
an
who
ABBA
cries
song.
Sorry, who cries at the or who sings at the end?
Meryl Streep does.
Wait, I thought she. Yeah, well, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't.
It's a
maybe-
metaphor.
Don't get
Then
caught up in the
It
technicals.
might go into spoilers or something. So okay, okay. I
Everybody
was just
comes
confused.
together, and the manifestation of their memories of her is,
Yeah.
I'm guessing, what sings the song.
Who'd have
Something
thunk?
like
It's
that.
touching.
It is
Okay,
very
okay, I'm
touching.
sorry.
Bring your tissues.
Hey.
The lady next to me was like sniffling, and I'm like, "Don't cry, don't cry. You talk to this lady. Don't
Just
cry."
reach over and squeeze her hand.
Yeah.
We'll get through this.
So
Power of ABBA.
I'm gonna probably see Equalizer this week. Probably cry
Pretty
for different
different.
reasons to see that, but
That would be very interesting to go to an action movie with you. Cause
Really?
well, just cause like you really love the more happy, friendly kind of movies, and Equalizer 2, from what I hear, is not that.
Oh, I'm sure it's
No.
happy, just in a different way.
Sure,
He's
if you
just
say so.
he's just ridden his neighborhood of crime,
While you were
which is a
dying,
pretty good thing.
I went and saw Skyscraper by myself. So
You
I
did tell me that
Yeah.
a couple of days ago. I was
Right.
very impressed by that.
So I do like me a good action movie.
All right.
Surprisingly.
Yeah,
I mean, I grew up with action films
Yeah,
from the
I'm-
90s.
that's right.
Kyle.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that was the big age of the action movies for sure.
it
So
was.
you've grown up on them. You know
Yeah.
probably a lot more than I do.
You
Yeah.
have more experience than us youngins.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that was a compliment.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's probably gonna take number one.
Right. But I think it'll be real. Equalizer will be very close.
You think it'll give
behind.
it a run for its money?
Yeah. I mean, we got Denzel.
In the
and-
first ever sequel
Sequel.
of his career.
That's right. Yeah, they are. That is this first ever.
And that's how they're marketing it.
From the beginning, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, between those two, it's going to be kind of a battle to take first, but I think it will go to Mamma Mia. I think more of a crowd will show up for
I was surprised there were some young kids in there too. So people are like,
bringing their kids.
Yeah,
Equalizer strikes me as like dad/grandpa, like your dad or grandpa's
Right.
favorite like action movies, kind of like Death Wish.
right. Or maybe like they're going to go this weekend and mom and kids are going to
Yeah.
go see Mamma Mia. And
Oh,
dad
I've
is
been in
going
that
to.
situation. You'll everyone will get
Split
their
up.
tickets, stand in the lobby. Okay, we'll meet back here after the movies.
Yeah.
It's like, well, my movie's like 40 minutes longer than your. Okay.
It'll work out. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
I have been in that exact situation many times. So
Yes, this is definitely a
that's
good weekend
exactly
for that.
what's gonna happen.
So where will the drop-offs be for Hotel Transylvania and what was the other one? Skyscraper.
Well, skyscraper's
Skyscraper's
done.
he's jumping off that skyscraper.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is,
He's-
that is done.
his duct tape gave out and now he's falling.
Right.
But-
Duct tape gave out after Friday night.
I would imagine Hotel's probably gonna hold up
Yeah.
decently.
There's no other kids stuff. Although Mamma Mia might hurt it a little bit. You're not taking little kids to
Yeah.
it. So
But
Well, as I found out, there is an audience for Hotel.
I don't know
Hotel
why you're shocked by
Transylvania.
that.
Well,
I had no idea that the movies were things that people liked.
Well, it's hard to know when you haven't seen any.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get a little more, like I told you a couple of days ago, actually, that I was able to watch both of them while I was bedridden dying.
Your final movies.
I'm gonna
were
die, I
be
might as
Yeah,
well.
we're gonna be the hotel.
Yeah, if I'm
Watching
gonna
them
die, I
for
might as
work.
well go out watching Hotel
Go out
Transylvania
with
1 and
laughter,
2.
I guess they were charming. Like they're cute movies. Like I get why
Hey.
I get why I made the money that I did.
Denisovich.
Yep,
His name is Dennis.
his name is Dennis.
Vampire name is Denisovich.
He was so cute.
They are really cute.
Yeah,
I love them. They'll hold up. I was really surprised this last week that Sorry to Bother You actually cracked the top 10.
Oh
so
yeah, number 7, I think.
yeah, so
number 7,
that
really?
one,
Yeah. Oh, jeez, I did
and
not know
Won't
that.
You Be My Neighbor didn't make it. I
I
knew
went and
it
saw it.
wouldn't.
I finally went and saw it.
It kind of makes
And
sense.
it
I think
healed
the
my
Steam,
soul.
I think the Steam's starting to wear down on Won't You Be My Neighbor, and now
Well,
it's,
it never got really. It was never that big. It's a documentary
in
that
terms
older
of, like,
people
how
like.
much money it could make.
love.
The Steam was starting to wear out.
Yeah, I mean it's run its course. It's made what it's gonna make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for a documentary, I think it did really well.
Do you think Sorry to Bother You is going to hold up? I'm shocked that it even made it.
I
into
think
the
so
top
because
10.
I think it's expanding this weekend.
Maybe for
Like
another.
it's here.
Maybe for
I
another.
know I'm gonna be
week,
seeing it. Yeah,
but not for as long as like Won't You Be My Neighbor did.
Probably not.
But it's still impressive though that these small, like documentaries or these small independent films are able to crack the top 10. Like that hasn't been really seen as much, especially like in this summer season in a while, at least from my memory. So I'm really excited to see like.
Well,
all
it just
of
helps
these
that
starting
Sorry to Bother You got a whole bunch of buzz when it first came out. And
Yeah, that did-
kind of stayed
yeah.
with it.
That did help.
And now that
too.
it's going more wide, I feel like people
Mhm.
are seeing for themselves just how absurd and out there it is.
I know.
There's really nothing to compare it to. So probably word of mouth, people are like, yeah, you got to check this thing out.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
even
I hope-
know where to begin describing it.
Be interesting to see how it shakes out this weekend. If
Yeah.
because with 2 new offerings that are pretty stable, I don't know, might just push everything else down and
I think so. I mean,
and
I'm
knock
not.
them
I'm not
out.
thinking it's gonna climb, but
Yeah.
I think it could hold on to
Maybe that number 10
the
spot.
Yeah, kind of how Won't You Be My Neighbor was doing for a while there. But yeah,
Well,
I'm excited
It should
for
be
it.
a good weekend. I don't think you're going to see a huge breakout gross, but I think you'll see an overall general large box office gross if you take the top 5 together.
Yeah, I think so.
And then speaking of that, there's been some kind of interesting news this week. Not much news, just a few little blips on
Cool
the
little
radar.
tidbits here and there.
Yeah. The biggest one was Jeff Goldblum statue being
Pun.
being erected.
Yeah, oh, he was erected.
Oh,
London.
and she took it dirty.
he was very erected.
In his iconic shirtless lounge pose.
Sexy Jeff Goldblum.
Apparently, out of all of Jeff Goldblum's career, that repose of him shirtless is like the go-to
not
image
be?
of him.
It
How
is.
can it not be?
I can't think of anything else that would really like make me think of Jeff Goldblum, you know, like just for like iconic like moments alone.
Yeah, it's just that's the image that appears in your head when you hear his name. Just propped up on his elbow.
Eric just did the pose, and it was like the exact replica. For those who can't see, which is
I guess this
everyone.
is audio
Well,
only.
he kept his clothes on. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
Nope, it was
I don't have a
exact.
button-up shirt, sorry. But
But
no,
yeah.
yeah, that thing is huge. It was like 10, 11 feet tall by 23 feet. I think it was supposed to commemorate the anniversary of Jurassic Park. But
Where is it located at?
it's outside the London Tower Bridge.
Oh, so just a walk away. Yeah.
Yeah, just it's like in this little lawn, and people can go sit on his lap.
Can they actually?
Can they climb
Yeah.
on it?
Well, I don't know if it would be easy
You can
because it's
climb
kind
all
of
the way up.
smooth and you'd fall off.
kind of
His
so
smooth
smooth.
his smooth chest doesn't have a whole lot of like footholds that you can
Yeah.
get yourself up with.
Oh.
But
Zooming in on the pictures, huh?
oh yeah,
Looking at
oh yeah, I had to do my research.
Eric's like, how did they construct this thing?
But really,
He looks
though,
kind
how-
of scary though.
But really though, how did they construct
looks-
that?
he looks
feet
kinda
tall,
scary.
I think anybody would look kind of scary.
Yeah, he has that look where like if you ever see an action figure for a character in a movie, but it doesn't really look like them.
Yeah. So all
Like,
of them.
Yeah,
Just about all of them.
it's kind of like that, just gigantic.
Yeah.
And he's suspending himself, like the arm that he props himself up with isn't on the ground. It's just kind of
Oh,
hovering
really?
there.
Yeah, it's 'cause
It's like Luke in Last Jedi when Rey pushes him down and he like uses the Force for a split second to like hover himself before he falls. But if you just stop it right there, that's what Jeff Goldblum's doing,
The Force.
or Ian Malcolm is doing.
Right.
Yeah, it's
He's
weird.
using the Force. I love it.
I wonder how long it'll be there.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm sure the people love it.
well,
It could
how
stay there
you not?
forever.
It's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. It'll just stay there forever.
Yeah, it's just crazy what people can just make. And even just thinking of it, just being like, you know what, I'll make a 20-foot Jeff Goldblum.
Well, it was
The
That's
money.
easy.
I
It was
have
like a-
money for this.
It was some UK streaming service called Now TV that did it.
Mhm.
So I want to know how they even got that idea. Like, okay, guys, now the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park is coming up. What are we going to do to get some positive press on ourselves?
And even if that's what they were thinking, you'd think it would be like a dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a T-Rex.
Just to commemorate Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but they're just like, no. It's Jeff Goldblum shirtless.
We are quite dissecting this quite a bit, so I think they did their job well.
Yeah. I mean, people
That's our,
love it. We're talking about it right now.
yeah. That's
I
how
think
it works.
they're just trying to steal Comic-Con's thunder. They're like,
Yeah.
you have Comic-Con, but we have a 20-foot Jeff Goldblum statue.
The heads of Comic-Con. Oh, they got us again.
Your
How did we not think of that?
Your
Done
move,
this,
Americans.
Like they've done this before.
We're gonna use your actor against you.
No, that thing's cool though. Like the pictures of it are just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that brought us to Comic-Con and a nice transition. It is starting
Yes.
this
Good
week.
at these segues.
Yeah. Nothing much to report on it now.
Yeah, I mean, it
except-
only started yesterday.
Right.
Most of the big stuff, I'm guessing, will drop over the weekend.
Yeah, we'll have a big Comic-Con rehash podcast next week.
Yeah.
Where we really get into the details of what was exposed at Hall H at CinemaCon.
When was the last time there was a Comic-Con without like a big Star Wars or Marvel kind of
2-3 years
unveiling?
ago.
Yeah.
Marvel's done this before.
Have they?
Yeah.
They just kind of sit it out.
When-
Do they sit it out because they want to wait until they have more to show, or are they kind of saving it for a better opportunity
So
in their
That and they
minds?
don't. That
Yeah.
and since Avengers 4 is coming out, I think they don't want to give anything away, and they also really don't need to give anything away.
Yeah.
Like they're saying so solid that it just is unnecessary.
Well-
and I think Cody
Yeah.
probably
They-
has her thoughts too on this.
They sat out. I think last year was the first real year they really sat out, but it's a couple reasons. They had some big news a couple years ago that was overshadowed by some Warner's news, and they did not like that. If they're gonna go somewhere, they want to be like
We wanna be the
top
star.
dog. Yeah, so that
They got overshadowed last year.
not last year, like a year or two ago.
Oh, maybe when-
2 or 3. From I feel
Maybe
like it was
BVS when BVS was announced.
maybe it was that or Justice League or something. At the time, there was
Yeah.
there was something that Warner's did with the DC that overshadowed.
It must have been BVS because that blew
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
when they announced it.
and so that upset them. But also, they're just being really strategic. They don't want to enrich anybody else's convention. They want you to come to D23 and the Star Wars
To their own con.
celebration.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
So they are saving. So for the last year, I know for sure they have saved their big stuff for D23, and I think that's going to continue on. So you probably won't see a Disney presence at Comic-Con, which is really unfortunate
Kinda
because
petty.
it's Marvel.
Well,
And
Marvel
Marvel is-
Comics, Comic-Con.
yeah. I
Makes
mean,
come
Perfect
on.
sense.
I mean, all in all, like Comic-Con is for comics, like first and
Right.
foremost. Like it's only been recently that studios have been taking advantage of
Yeah.
using Comic-Con to expose some of their properties coming up. And Disney has their own con too, and they're able to show their own stuff. That's fine. Like I mean, Comic-Con is still gonna be able to thrive without.
Kind of seems like Disney's like picking up the ball and going home. Like, no, we're done.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
they've had. I mean, Disney
They're-
Con has been or D23 has been a thing for a
Yeah,
while. Like
but-
this really isn't. I don't think like this is like
in the
Disney just being like, yeah,
I
we
feel
don't.
like this is foreshadows their streaming service.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
they're
oh, yeah.
picking up their shows from Netflix, which
Yeah.
people like Netflix and they like Comic-Con because you get a variety at one place. Like
True.
you go,
Yeah.
It's just the thing
And
that
you-
everybody knows.
right? Well, you go and you get to indulge in your Marvel fandom and your DC fandom and your TV fandoms of Walking Dead and Star Wars. Like, you get to indulge in a little bit of all of your fandoms because we're all made up of multiple fandoms. We're not just one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what Disney is doing is forcing you to only indulge in your Disney fandoms at Disney events.
Yeah.
And that's
That-
what they're going to do with their streaming too.
I don't see that as a bad thing though.
I just see it as inconvenient.
I mean, I
and
guess
if
it makes
it's a
sense because
barrier.
Disney's so big that they can do it.
Yeah, so they are.
Yeah.
And I just don't really like Disney in the first place, though. Just from a moral standpoint, maybe. Maybe it's just because they're so big, it's easy to hate on them. But
I honestly think that's a part of like why people are mad that they didn't come to Comic-Con like this year or whatever. And like Marvel Comics is still there. Remember, they do comics. Like,
Yeah.
that's what Comic-Con is. Like it's not like they disappeared off the map completely. Like maybe I'm just like being a little bit too nice to Disney about it or whatever, but I just don't see them as it being like a petty thing at all. I just seen it as making sense, and it's not who's it hurting? Like really is it really hurting anyone that they didn't
No.
show up?
I don't think it's like hurting anyone.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate and disappointing. But
it's
that's
just another
I
example
guess.
of Disney
I just
doing.
don't see it as a bad thing.
Yeah. You just love those big corporations.
I mean,
we found out you're
Give me good-
cold-hearted and
give-
now you love corporations.
give me good content.
Are you like
Well-
a Terminator?
Do you just want to make the world an
Gosh.
awful place?
I want to indulge in my DC and my Marvel fandoms together in one place.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna make another
They're
joke.
perpetuating an us v them mentality.
Yeah,
How can you stand by that?
right. We're all one happy fandom group. What we
I
can
honestly,
be.
yeah, I don't really care one way or the other.
Yeah.
I just like finding reasons to rip on Disney.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one.
Oh. You can always go check out the Jeff Goldblum statue
Yeah,
in London.
yeah. Who needs Comic Con?
Yeah.
Go climb on giant Goldblum nipples.
Right. And then there's not much other news other than Annabelle 3 has been confirmed as actually happening.
Cool.
I thought it's weird that the first spin-off of the Conjuring movie now has more movies in it than the main Conjuring series.
Yeah.
Hasn't there been 3 Conjurings?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe.
I
I don't even know.
there
If,
was-
just 2.
I don't know if it's announced. I've seen the first 2,
Yeah.
but maybe they've announced the third one. But there's not a Conjuring 3. There's a Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation. Soon we'll have The Nun.
Oh right, yeah,
And
that
then
is part of it too.
Farther down the line, we'll have Annabelle 3,
Yep.
which
And-
James Wan describes as, quote, basically Night at the Museum with Annabelle.
Oh, it's
End
a comedy.
quote. So,
Ben Stiller's in it.
you know,
Awesome.
that quote's a little weird to me. It's kind of like,
It kind of makes sense though. Like
I would want to hear how he says it, but when I read it, it's kind of like he's just kind of trying to dismiss it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just Night at the Museum with Annabelle. Now leave me alone.
Maybe it's like Annabelle going back to the room with all the
Yeah, he says that.
creepy stuff.
He says that
maybe.
Annabelle, because the quote's obviously longer. That's how he ends it. But
Right, yeah.
earlier in the quote, he says that Annabelle brings everything around it to life.
oh, so then they get
Okay.
him in like a museum, and then all the creepy
Yeah,
museum
I
things
guess.
come to life.
I don't know.
Have you guys seen Night at the Museums?
Yeah.
I have. I've seen the first 2. I've not seen. What was the third one called? Secret of the Tomb, I think. Something
Is
Tomb.
that what the third one was called? Well, same with you though. I've only seen the first 2. I never got around to the third one. I think the third one came out a little bit
I've
too
seen
late after the second,
Yeah.
which was why I wasn't like really needing to see it.
Kind of unreal. That's where I know that guy who is playing Freddie Mercury.
Rami Malek. Yeah,
that's
he's
what I
on-
know him from.
Yeah, he's from Night
That's
at
the
Museum.
one
He
thing I've
plays
seen
the,
him in.
Egyptian
Okay.
pharaoh.
I was like, I
Right.
know I've seen this guy. I know I've never seen Mr.
Mm.
Robot. What have I seen this guy in? Now I know.
yeah.
We
He's
just had a
awesome.
light bulb moment.
Oh, I love it when I can put those things to rest.
When they
Okay,
just bug you in the back of your
At the
mind.
museum. That's what I know him from.
And then the only other thing we have to talk about is all the drama regarding City of Lies. What is going on?
Oh, Johnny
with that?
Depp, his slow downward spiral.
Yeah, the film looks so good.
Train wreck in slow
but
motion.
Was it taken off the release calendar?
Yeah, as of this morning, Rentrack its release date is unset. I forget what it was originally set for, like
September,
I think.
something
Yeah,
like
that sounds right. But
It's
yeah,
weird that
now it's just
they-
gone.
They announced that they don't have a release date anymore, but like last week they came out with a trailer,
Yeah, right.
or its
I
first
think,
one. I think
I'm trying to think of the timing, either because that story of Johnny Depp punching or just assaulting, I forget the crew member, like his position on the set, but basically Johnny Depp punched this dude in the face, and then a story got out, and either right before or right after is when the trailer came out.
I think
And
right
now-
after the trailer came out. I think it was the
Oh,
story
maybe,
came out
okay.
before, and then the trailer unceremoniously dropped right after
It's
that
like,
story.
oh, this is the
Were
thing.
they, were they
Yeah.
still in? They must have still been shooting the thing then.
Well, no, they probably they have to have been done shooting it for a while now if it's
Yeah.
coming out in September.
But now you're hearing stories about him drinking wine on set. and
Yeah,
being
that's weird. Why are
belligerent.
these stories coming out now then? That's
I
odd.
don't know, because that's just how it works.
Because it was
guess,
getting closer
yeah.
to its release date, and people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing," and this is what was happening during it.
Well, I mean, it has some kind of buzz at least, because otherwise, I don't think I would have heard a thing about this movie.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just sad. Johnny Depp is like a shell of his former self.
I feel more bad for the crew guy. Like, what did he do to?
No, absolutely,
Get punched?
absolutely.
Well, if
Johnny
you're-
Depp was probably wine drunk, and not bothering to remember his lines.
Oh,
and
it was an assistant director, and I think he told him that they had to hurry up and set up for the next shot, like stay to keep on schedule.
I do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
Pow.
No one tells me what to do.
I'm Johnny Depp. I'm guessing that's exactly how it went down.
We recreated it.
Perfect reenactment, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
that was good.
That story combined with that article, New York Times or Rolling Stone, I can't remember. Yeah, Johnny Depp is not. He's not really.
Although
He's not in a
he
good
did
place.
settle
No.
his $25 billion whatever lawsuit with his maybe it's just million.
Was
I
that with
don't know.
Amber Heard?
No, the lawsuit with his former managers. He
Oh.
said that they defrauded him of all of his money, and they were
Oh.
like, "No, you're crazy. You spent it all."
You're bankrupt.
And so they were countersuing each other.
Jeez. How does stuff like this happen with celebrities? I don't know.
You turn crazy, man.
Once you get a certain amount of money, then just
Yeah.
everything changes. It's crazy how true and scary that is.
That's why I'm never gonna get rich.
That's the reason.
That's
we
the
do
only
this for the
reason.
art. We don't do it for the profit.
You can't go crazy if you don't get rich.
True.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's all very unfortunate because I already wasn't really thinking City of Lies looked that great.
Really? I thought it looked awesome.
I don't know. It wasn't really selling me on wanting to go see it.
I thought that the whole Tupac Biggie Smalls thing was pretty interesting, but
Yeah. And the police covered something up. It,
I mean,
all
the
conspiracy
story
theory
itself-
and everything.
Yeah, the story itself is really interesting, but I don't know, just from the footage that I saw, like it just didn't make me want to go watch.
the lesser tier Johnny Depp thing.
I didn't even know about the stories before I watched
No, just the movie in
trailer.
general, just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, Johnny
it
Depp
was
hasn't really
it was
made.
honestly just its movie in general where I just was like,
For me,
eh.
ever since he was revealed as Grindelwald, that's like perfectly coincided with, just not really caring about Johnny Depp anymore.
I kind of stopped caring a while before that even.
I guess I didn't see him in anything for
Did
a
you
long
see
time.
the fifth Pirates movie?
No, I only saw
Unfortunately.
the first three.
Oh,
Good
see?
No, wait, no, I saw the fourth one. I remember the mermaid scene.
Oh. I was gonna say good thing you stopped, and then
No.
you were like, nope, the fourth one. I was like, okay,
Well,
okay.
you might want to see the fifth one just to wrap it all up. Although,
No, you don't.
I think I'm
you
good.
don't, Eric. You don't. Trust me.
just want to see it a little bit. They left off at like an end scene or like a mid-credit scene.
Yes,
like,
they did.
that
and
could
boy,
mean
was it
there
Oh, is
would
that the
be
thing
more
where?
to come.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
I wonder how the whole Johnny Depp drama is gonna affect the Fantastic Beasts series going forward.
Well,
because
they've already had a lot of backlash.
Well, they had a whole bunch of backlash, but then David Yates and J.K. Rowling like doubled down, and they made a
Yeah.
big deal about how they couldn't be happier that they're working with Johnny Depp. He's great, in his role, his all of this stuff, and then all of this news comes out, and I mean, obviously, we don't know how Crimes of Grindelwald's going to turn out, but I can't imagine that they would just get rid of Grindelwald in this. He's
They're
kind
gonna
of
make 5 films.
yeah, exactly.
So
So I'm
I-
kind of thinking he's got to at least stick around for a couple of those.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't started hearing stories about him on set for Grindelwald yet.
Oh, I'm sure he had tons of handlers, and it's
Yeah.
it's a whole different feel when you have a low budget set where he's the director. No,
Right.
he was an actor on the set.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
Probably
a
just in his
major
trailer
production.
drinking his wine away from where everybody
They
can
probably
see
wouldn't
him.
even let him
Probably.
have wine on the.
Plausible
Mm,
deniability.
Do you think you'll start seeing him when they start promoting on like top
Well,
shows or
on
whatever?
the trailers and stuff after that whole backlash, the
Yeah.
trailer
really does not
showed
show
him for a split second
Yeah.
at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's not gonna be.
Yeah,
a
they're
part
gonna
of
shy.
it
They're gonna
at all.
shy
Part
away
of the
from
team.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
They're
was
gonna
thinking.
play-
They're playing up. They're
Yeah,
playing up
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Love you,
Everybody but
Dumbledore.
Grindelwald.
Yeah, and we've got Eddie Redmayne, and yeah, they're gonna play up all those characters.
Yeah, which is fine too because they have some solid characters to begin with.
No, I just rewatched the first Fantastic Beasts like 2 days ago, actually, and it gets better every time I watch it. I wasn't crazy about it at first.
Right.
I still think that the plot is by far the weakest part of it, but the characters I'm excited to get back to them.
Yeah.
What do you think is weak about the plot?
Well, I just think there's too many moving parts to it. Like, like halfway through the movie, it takes like almost halfway through the movie, and then you find out Newt's kind of motivation is to free that Thunderbird.
Yeah.
But then before that, you get little hints of the mayor and his son, and then you have the whole thing about find the child. And there's like
Yeah.
a lot of different subplots that are kind of presented like they're the main plot.
Yeah.
So then I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure what the most
Okay.
important thing is.
I don't like
right now.
Tina.
I love Tina.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people
Which one
I
that I've
don't
talked
like
which one was
Tina.
She's the
Tina?
main one, the main girl. Like,
I actually
I
did
thought she
not
was-
find her that interesting, so
No.
I'm with you there. Like, I'm really
I think
hoping
she's.
they redeem
I think
her.
she's
Yeah.
charmingly awkward in a way that you don't usually see. It's not like a.
I thought she was
It's not like
boring.
a. It's
I
not
thought she was
that
annoying.
quirky awkwardness.
Right.
It's like just kind of awkward. But
Yeah.
that's how Newt is to me too. So I
Yeah.
just feel like they meshed really well.
I didn't like how she always had to like take him in, and I don't know, like she just. I don't even know how to say it, but I just
She-
did not
She
like
just
her.
did nothing.
Yeah.
She
I
was
don't
I
just
thought she was
very
annoying.
dull.
I enjoyed her screen presence.
I do like
Her-
the actress though, so I hope like they realize like, oh, we have a really
another thing that I thought
needs
is
a lot more to do in this.
another thing I thought was a
Make it
lot of
work.
Fantastic Beasts it was kind of marketed as seeing, the American side of the wizarding world.
Yeah.
And everything about it pales in comparison to the British wizarding stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
or
really-
the European, I
It's
guess.
really sad.
So that's why I'm excited. Yeah, no. That's why I'm excited that this next one is going to be in Paris. We're probably going to see a lot more of that wizarding world that we loved versus the
Right.
kind of lackluster American one.
Yes, it was lackluster. Have you ever looked into the American school?
Kind of, yeah.
It's just
Ilvermorny,
yeah.
Moni.
it's just the
Just that name. I'm like,
it's
ugh.
terrible and
Ugh,
like,
that does not roll
the
off the tongue.
creatures and the
Welcome
houses
to
are all
Emerald.
bad.
Yeah.
And
No, I did that. I forget what house I was sorted into on Pottermore. I can't even remember what the houses' names are.
right, and the story is kind of okay. Like the backstory, I kind of see where she was like going with it. It's kind of okay. It's just I want something more grand.
Yeah. It's
But
just like,
it's-
come on, Americans.
Right.
You're making us look bad.
Come on, do something.
But hopefully maybe we see a Paris wizarding
Ooh.
school, and hopefully it's better than
French.
stupid America. Well, what's the
Matt, I was just thinking that.
yeah,
Matt,
in Goblet of Fire, what's that school?
Beaumont.
Yeah, something.
Man, that's my favorite one, and I can't even think of those names. Yeah.
I don't know. I have to watch that one too. I have to
Yeah.
watch them all.
I
It's
gotta
been
know.
about a
Watch 'em all.
year. I have to do my annual
You
rewatch.
better start now so that you get them all in before the November comes around.
Yeah.
They're all on HBO.
I own them physically.
Well,
Ultimate editions.
that struck a nerve.
He has a trunk case, and they're just perfectly
With
lined
wands
up.
and a robe, and no, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I've got my wands in the office. Where did I put them?
Me and my girlfriend have
they're over
6
there.
or 7
back
of those
there.
like fancy Noble Collection replica wands.
Ooh,
My favorite is Snape's.
really?
His wand's cool.
I got I like Harry Potter's wand.
Yeah. I like his wand in the first 2 movies
Yeah,
more than his wand's design in post Prisoner of Azkaban.
right.
I'm more of an Elder Wand fan.
Ooh, the elder one is
Just
cool.
have all the power.
The Elder Wand, the Elder Wand looks.
But it's got like those bumps like
Yeah,
grabbed on
it looks dirty to me. I can't help it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. Harry Potter.
Well, that's a good note to end.
Anyway, yeah,
for
bad.
our brief podcast and news overview for this week. But we will be returning in the next one with Trailer Bonanza.
Yes, it's finally happening.
Although we had to slim down some of the trailers because they got old. So it's current Trailer Bonanza.
Plus whatever comes out during Comic-Con.
Yes.
So probably Aquaman, probably
Ooh, hope so.
Shazam.
I can't wait for Aquaman. I've already seen a bunch of Aquaman footage.
Yeah,
from
I'm excited. I'm
CinemaCon,
excited to actually see the footage that you've been
Right.
describing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the more I hear about that, I'm like, okay, I'm legitimately excited for this movie.
I know the poster came out and it's awesome. We talked about
So
that.
awesome.
I didn't talk about it.
No, you
Yeah,
were
you
dead.
were gone.
I was gone. But I'm back.
You're back now. From the dead.